Today I'll be showing you how to make these adorable little Christmas tree ornaments made out of one simple granny square. What you will need is yarn of your choice. I'm just using some scrap yarn, and with this I'm using hook size number 3 with a pair of scissors, a yarn needle, and one stitch marker. To begin, grab your yarn and we're going to make a loop. Hold on to that right there, go into your loop, grab the long yarn and pull, and that's your slip knot. Then grab your hook, insert into the loop and tighten it. And now we're going to begin with 5 chains. So yarn over, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to go into the first chain right here. So grab your hook, insert, yarn over, pull, and we're going to make this hole right here. So make sure you have a loose hand while working this, and we're just going to slip stitch and keep holding on to this hole that we just created right here. From here we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. So this is where we're going to be placing our stitches, in this big hole in the middle. So once you've chained 3, you can place a stitch marker so it's easier later on for you, and place it onto that last 3rd stitch. Now put your hook back in and we're going to continue. So now we're going to be doing 3 double crochets in total. So we need 2 more because these 3 chains act as a first double crochet. So yarn over, go in to the big hole we just made, pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, 1, 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that is our second double crochet. Now again, yarn over, go into the big hole, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have our 3 double crochets. So the first is the 3 chains, which counts as a first double crochet, second and third. Now we chain 2, 1, 2, and we repeat the same thing. So yarn over and 3 double crochets into this hole. So that's 1, yarn over, that's 2, and 3. And now we have our 2 sides. So as you can see, these are the corner pieces. So one side and second. Now we're going to do the third. So again, we chain 2, 1, 2, and repeat 3 double crochets into the hole. In. So this is our first double crochet. Yarn over, that's 2, and that's 3. So now we have our 3 sides, 1, 2, 3, and again chain 2, yarn over into the loop, that's 1, two, and 3. Now we have our 4 sides, and to close it off, we will chain 2, and we're going to slip stitch on this third chain. So if you didn't place a stitch marker, you can always count your stitches. So that's 1, 2, and third chain. So take out that stitch marker. Okay, so now take your hook and go into that third chain right here. Go in. It's a little bit tricky. And so you have 2 loops on your hook. So it's a full chain. Like that. Okay, and now yarn over, pull through once, and pull through all the way, and that's just slip stitch. So once you have your first row, we can start the next. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to turn our square. So turn your work, and we're going to be working from this way. And also you can place your stitch marker again onto your third chain right here, so it's easier later on. So now we continue. So into this corner space, we will make 2 double crochets since these 3 chains count as the first double crochet. So yarn over into the corner, bring up a loop, double crochet, second double crochet, like this. And you can always double check your work and make sure you're going into the right spaces, because here you can see that's 1, 2, 3, and that's the corner. 1, 2, 3, that's the corner. 1, 2, 3, that's the corner. 1, 2, 3, corner, and so on. So you can always double check your work. So now we have 3 double crochets into this corner. So now to move on to the next space right here, the next corner, we will do the same thing. So yarn over, go into the next big space, and make 3 double crochets. So that's 1, again into the same space, that's 2, again 3. Now we make the corner by doing 2 chains, 1, 2, and again yarn over into that same space. We do 3 more double crochets. So pull up a loop, that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. So now we made our corner right here, and we keep going. So we do the same thing. For the next corner piece, we insert 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Again, we chain 2 for the corner. 1, 2, and 3 more double crochets in the same space. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. That's 1. That's 2. And that's 3. We've created another corner, and we do the same thing here. Yarn over, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2 for the corners, and again yarn over, 3 double crochets into that same space. 1, 2, and 3. And now we're working onto our last corner. So as you can see, it gets tricky if your lines aren't straight. So make sure you're going into the correct hole, which is right here. This is our next corner hole. So you count 1, 2, 3, and that's how you know. So yarn over, go into the hole. So that's 1 double crochet. That's 2. And the last one. That's 3. And now we've come to end the row. So we will chain 2, 1, 2, and again we will slip stitch on this third chain right here. So take off your stitch marker, and if you didn't put a stitch marker or you want to double check your work, you can always count your chains. So 1, 2, and 3. So insert your hook like so, yarn over, pull through once, and pull through all the way. So now we have our second row finished, and you can see the corners. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you can pull on your work. So we can continue to make the square bigger. So we chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and we turn our work. So now we're going to be working into this first corner piece. And again, let's place our stitch marker into our third chain right here. And continue. So this counts as our first double crochet like always, and we continue to make 2 double crochets into this corner. So yarn over into the hole, yarn over, pull up, pull through, that's 2 double crochets. That's our third double crochet. So that's our first corner, and now we move on to the next space right here. So yarn over into the hole, again, that's 2, and that's 3. And now we go into the next big space, which is another corner. So yarn over, go into the space, make 3 double crochets. So this is 1, this is 2, and 3. And you can always push them back to make more space for you like this. Push the stitches down. So to make the corner, we chain 2, 1, 2, and continue 3 double crochets into the same corner. So yarn over into the space, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. So we have 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets for each corner. Now again, we're to the side. The sides only get 3 double crochets. So yarn over into the space, that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. Again, we're at the corner. So 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets. This is 1, 2, 3. I'm going to push them down and chain 2. So 1, 2, and again, make 3 double crochets into the same corner. So that's 1, 2, 3, and now again we make 3 double crochets into the side, yarn over, 1, 2, and 3, our last corner. So 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets. That's 1, 2, and 3. Push it down, chain 2 for the corner, and again 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, our last side, so 3 double crochets. It's 1, 2, and 3, and again we've reached the end. So make sure you're going into the correct space here. So that's 1, 2, 3, and that's your space. And since we already have 3 double crochet here, now this corner needs 3 more double crochets and 2 chains for the corner. So yarn over into that space, 3 double crochets, that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. Now to finish off, we do 2 chains, 1, 2, and slip stitch at that 3rd chain that we have our stitch marker on. So take that out. We're going to enter into our chain. Right here, make sure you have both loops like this. Yarn over, pull through once, and pull through all the way. And that's your slip stitch. And you just increase the square for as big as you like using the same method where you chain 3, you turn your work, you start working into your first corner, 2 more double crochets because your 3 chains count as 1 double crochet. Each side, the spaces on the sides always get clusters of 3 double crochets. Corner pieces get 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets. And then same thing everywhere. So sides, 3 double crochets, corners have 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets. And you slip stitch to finish off a round. So I'll meet you once I'm finished with the size of my square and we can assemble the Christmas tree. And once you finish off a round, I'll slip stitch and just chain 1, pull the yarn and cut it off. Take out that long piece. So you just take your needle and you just run it through all these and just hide your yarn. Just like this. And once you're finished, you just cut it off. And for this middle piece, we'll just cut that off as well. So this is what your square will look like. And from here, turn it to the wrong side. So choose which side you want to be the front and turn from there. And put these 2 sides together like so. And the bottom piece will just fold up like this. And now we're just going to sew up this way and sew up these corners. So grab your yarn needle, put your yarn through. You can honestly do any stitch to go up because this is the back, but I'm just going to grab these outside stitches right here, so not the full thing but the outside, and grab the outside from this as well. Go through like this and just keep doing the same thing. So grab this, go through. You can also just keep doing it from the same side. You don't have to do from both ways. You can just sew it up this way. And here I'm just going to go through the top. And I'm going to go back down, but I'm going to make a little loop here. I'm just going to leave a bit of a tail, go back into the top like this, come back in, and just leave a bit. So I'll just leave this bit and just not pull on it. So I'll just go leave this in. There's no right way to sew this, so we're just trying to get back down here so the loop is secure, and you can just cut this off. And now you have this piece left. So put your yarn through here. And now we will sew up this bottom piece. We'll make sure it's flat on the bottom. And again, there's no right way to do this. I'm just gonna go in. Through the middle. And I'll just go through these. Here. Into here. From outside to inside. And now I'm just gonna bring the needle to the other side from there, so we can start sewing this side. So from outside to in, like so, outside in. And just hide your yarn, leave it in. I'm just going to hide my yarn like this and cut it off. Okay, so now we have our little Christmas tree. This is what it looks like in the front with our little loop. You also don't have to do this. You can attach your own, whatever you want to hang this with. This is really cute, and now we'll attach the little trunk. To make the trunk, just take your color of your choice. I'm just taking this brown. Make a slip knot, like so. Take your Christmas tree and find the middle. Insert your hook, like this. Grab that loop, tighten it, pull through, and chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. And now I will do double crochet. So yarn over. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again, now we chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Insert into the loop, yarn over, and slip stitch like this. Now pull your yarn. Now pull on the long yarn, and we will just weave this in the back how we did the green. So yeah, hide your yarn in here, just weave it in with your needle, And there you have it. With your little tree trunk, you have a tiny Christmas tree ornament. You could also leave the tree like this, you're finished, or you can add these little light bulbs that I did. So I can show you how to do that, which is of course optional. So you grab your yarn, any color you want, grab your yarn needle, take your little Christmas tree, and from the back, you'll find where you want to go. So for example, I will do another blue one around here. So I'll insert my needle from the back to the front, pull through like this. Now I will hold the needle on this hand, grab the yarn, and I will wrap around the needle 1, 2, 3. And you can do as many as you want depending on the size of your light bulb. So 1, 2, 3. Hold on to that. And we're gonna go back in, but make sure you're not going back in into the same exact spot, just a little bit over so it doesn't unravel. Go into the back in the same spot, pull through, and you can tug on both ends. Now you can tie these two ends together, cut it off, and just hide it in the back. So that's how you can't really see the ends of the other light bulbs. Then I grab my needle and I just poke it until it's hidden, like this. And there you have it.